Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. J. Robert Oppenheimer, theoretical physicist, professor, director behind the Manhattan Project, widely known as the father of the atomic bomb, yet also criticized for his role in unleashing this destructive force into the world. In this video, we'll dive deeper into Oppenheimer's extraordinary life story over the next couple of minutes. Born in New York City in 1904 to wealthy German Jewish immigrants, Oppenheimer was a precocious child who excelled in science from a very young age. He entered Harvard University at just age 18, where he initially studied chemistry but quickly switched to physics after reading Maxwell's treatise on electricity and magnetism. Oppenheimer obtained his PhD in physics from the Cavendish Laboratory at Cambridge University under the tutelage of quantum mechanics pioneer Max Born. His intellect and diligence shone through in his research on atomic theory and cosmic rays. After university, Oppenheimer traveled across Europe to deepen his understanding by interacting with giants like Paul Dirac and Niels Bohr and studying Eastern philosophy and culture. In the late 1920s, Oppenheimer returned to the United States to teach physics at the University of California, Berkeley, and Caltech. He established himself as an eminent physicist through key research on neutron stars, black holes, quantum tunneling, and more. As professor at Berkeley and Caltech in the 1930s, Oppenheimer became known for his intense intellect, but also his eccentricities. Students gave him the nickname Oppie. He was known to occasionally supplement his physics research with forays into leftist politics. When nuclear fission was discovered by Otto Hahn in 1939, Oppenheimer immediately grasped the grave implications. He predicted that theoretical physics would inevitably lead to extremely powerful bombs, stating, "I'm sure going to leave the country because it'll be destroyed." Oppenheimer dedicated his brilliance over the coming years to serving his country as war loomed. After famed physicist Albert Einstein wrote to President Roosevelt warning of Nazi weapons research in 1939, the secret Manhattan Project was born. Oppenheimer's leadership abilities earned him appointment as director of the Los Alamos laboratory in 1942. He was tasked with corralling the nation's top scientists to beat Nazi Germany in building the world's first atomic bomb. Oppenheimer tackled this unprecedented challenge by handpicking a team of the nation's best physicists, chemists, engineers, and mathematicians, including stalwarts like Hans Bethe, Richard Feynman, and Edward Teller. He managed a sprawling operation with thousands working at sites across the country to enrich uranium and master the intricacies of atomic weaponry. Oppenheimer navigated tricky interpersonal dynamics and united experts from diverse backgrounds around the shared goal. His scientific insights were indispensable in overcoming key obstacles on the path to a functioning bomb. He also chaired the committee that recommended Hiroshima as the first target. On July 16, 1945, Oppenheimer famously watched the dramatic Trinity nuclear test explosion in the New Mexico desert, his face reflecting the terrifying gravity of this achievement. When the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki did indeed hasten the end of World War II, Oppenheimer was showered with praise, but also harbored deep ethical concerns about what he had enabled. In later years, Oppenheimer served as chair of the General Advisory Committee of the Atomic Energy Commission. He lobbied for international control of atomic energy to avert nuclear proliferation. However, in 1954, at the height of McCarthyism, Oppenheimer's security clearance was revoked after being accused of past communist ties, a blow marking his fall from nuclear research prominence. Oppenheimer continued teaching theoretical physics at Princeton until his death from throat cancer in 1967 at age 62. He was eulogized as a conflicted genius, both benefactor and victim of the awesome power he helped unleash. J. Robert Oppenheimer's legacy is complex. He enabled incredible destructive capability, yet advanced physics for peaceful purposes too. His life provokes debates on ethics, duty, and progress versus harm to this day. Regardless of one's views on Oppenheimer's moral legacy, his extraordinary intellect and leadership of the Manhattan Project unquestionably changed history. He helped the Allies win War II, but at a high cost. Oppenheimer's complex life story reminds us of both the awe-inspiring power and sobering responsibility that come with scientific discovery.